What's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy, Next Gen 720, aka the Cookie Face Gangster, aka, well, not aka, you already know I make a great cup of coffee. Now, listen, I want to start off by saying that I take no pride in doing this video. I want to take any enjoyment in doing this video. And so let me tweet this out on Twitter before we get on the way here. I don't. But it comes a time when we must, I guess, accept things for what they are. We say, well, there's smoke, there's fire. My man, somebody named Big Jordan said, "You sure it's not a Chromebook?" Oh man. But anyway, it has never been about this. I hear someone here showing their immaturity. Zaire, Nintendo has never been about specs, which is not true. They didn't start those underpowered consoles until the Wii. True. Their first. Anyway, we have some underpowered console was the Wii. We have some new specs and leaks and rumors. I told you guys I was giving something last week, and so for whatever you guys don't tend to believe, I don't know anybody. I'll keep telling you, be surprised who watches your video. But if you go by my initial reaction to the Switch, I mean, look at the guy. Look at the screen here, the chat section. If you go to my initial reaction to the Switch, I was very optimistic. I was like, looks good. And as far as the on-the-go stuff, that doesn't really appeal to me. You know what I mean? But like far as the level of graphics and detail they showed in Oblivion, I don't like Oblivion. As long as they were on that along that right there, I was fine with that. And then about 2-3 days later came out, because you can tell the difference when they had it plugged up, quote unquote, to the docking station. And so when you saw he was playing it, Oblivion on the go on the plane, whatever, it was, it looked, like it was a downgrade or whatever the case may be. And then about 3 days later, it came out. Oblivion, Bethesda said, they have no plans, so it's not, guaranteed that Oblivion will be coming out for the Switch. And then also 2K Sports also, as far as NBA 2K17. But then the Nintendo representative came out and said, what you saw during the trailer of the Nintendo Switch, that's not I'm sorry, it won't be an indicative to what the final product would be. You know what I mean? So basically everything they showed on that trailer was a silver reel. None of that stuff was running on the Nintendo specs, rumored hardware, anything. You know what I mean? Nothing. I said, whoa. What the hell is this about? You're revealing your console, and then you tell me everything that you showed wasn't real? So on that right there, red flags went up. I said, oh, something's not right here. Then I spoke to my infant this gum on my phone. I spoke to my man who gives me all the juicy gossip. He was out of the country. And I asked him, and I'm going to say this right here. I don't ask him for information. If things are offered sometime, I take it, of course. But I don't ask him for anything. If he tells me, fine. We built this relationship over the years that I would never, ever, say who it was. Like, this is the same guy that told me DirectX 12 was coming to the Xbox One. Told me this in November of 2013. Microsoft didn't announce it until March GDC of 2014. Before any rumors, anything like that. And I remember everyone was on YouTube making videos about me, saying I didn't know what the hell I was talking about. And even rewind a little long ago when I told you guys that new consoles are on the way before Kotaku, before all these other sites ran with it, Eurogamer. And again, everybody told me I know what the hell I was talking about. Now, enough is enough. But the same guy, his exact words to me was that handheld games don't show well on on a trailer or whatever the case, to grab the audience, attention or whatever. They don't look well, as far as graphically, especially compared to what we have right now. Now, if it was in the 360 PS3 eras and those were the specs or whatever the case may be, before the PS4 and the Xbox One was out, those graphics probably would look damn good. You know what I mean? But anyway, so that's what they were told to me. I'm like, damn. So I would get to looking at some of the quote unquote rumored specs. The Tegra processors, or it was going to be a custom Tegra chip. You know what I mean? And a lot of quote unquote Nintendo enthusiasts. Shout out to my man Obi-Wan Plays too, cool cat. But my man, he be on that Wii U Kool-Aid hard. He said, "What's it going to have around the graphics of the Xbox One?" I want to say this right here. People like to say, even though on paper, theoretically, the PS4 is more powerful than the Xbox One, virtually the games look the same. And I'm not just saying that because I'm more of an Xbox dude than anything. I have both consoles, and the games looked that much better, honestly, on my PS4. I will buy them on my PS4. I'm a graphics whore. It is what it is. Now, with that being said, that's why I'm buying the PS4 Pro. You know what I mean? But anyway, so when I said that, and again, I asked, a friend of mine, this one I said, he said, would it be along the level of the Xbox One? He said it's going to be one, because if you don't know, the Xbox One is 1.31 teraflops. The PS4 is 1.83 teraflops. So either the Xbox One is 1.33 or 1.31, whatever the case may be. And he said to me, he said, no, it's not. A, he says it's hard to compare. They're not even the same architecture. And he said, B, no. He said, theoretically, quote unquote, if it's it can be up to 1 teraflop or 1.5. But it's the same thing with that Mark Cerny with an 8.4 teraflop, is 16-bit half float, not to get too technical spectrum. No one programs games in 16-bit. You know what I mean? Everything's 32-bit. Now they're moving on to 64-bit. So you follow what I'm going with this now. And I got 4 dislikes already. I haven't even started the video. So anyway, all right. So, I'll go back and forth. Obi-Wan, I tease him on Twitter all the time. You know what I mean? Nothing. There's nothing, again, to be, we just busting his balls a little. Excuse my French. So anyway, we have some more stuff. We all know who Emily Rogers is, right? And again, but also what was told to me, he said it has. Now I know the X now, because a lot of Nintendo fans trying to combat this. That the PS4 and the Xbox One have mobile CPUs. You know what I mean? As far as the Jaguar core processors. But he like basically what my man told me, that the Switch has a cell phone GPU. More or less along those lines. You know what I mean? And look, to even and put it in these terms. If Nintendo was to give us a handheld, just think about this: with the power of an Xbox One inside a handheld, could you imagine how much that would have cost? In a handheld, whatever. And I will say this: Nintendo would have came off much better if they just would have said this is the successor to the 3DS. But they're not marketing in this way. This is their home console. This is their 9th generation offering that you can take on the go. So it is what it is. So. Could you imagine the cost? So anyway, it says Nintendo Switch has 4 gigabytes of RAM and 32 gigabytes of internal storage. Now, hold on one second before I go there. So last week, a week and a half, I did a video when I first got the information. I got some papers too, but I'm just lazy. Like I said, I want to block out because when developers and stuff get dev kits and stuff, they have their ID across, plastered across the front. And I got to, block some of that stuff out and, and whatever the case may be. But it is, some of the stuff is just coming out little by little any damn way. So I don't know why they just stop being so quiet about it. But anyway, so I did a video last week or week and a half ago, and I told you guys that the dock itself doesn't do nothing as far as enhancing the processing power. The actual console is the tablet itself. The dock is nothing to charge. It's a stand just to charge the tablet, and it's an HDMI connected to the TV. So the same visuals that you see on your handheld, the 720p, whatever's there, is what you're going to see on your TV. That's it. Nothing more. So I was a little let down by it. I said, but because again, I don't have any need to use to take this thing on the go. It's not my thing. So I was a little let down by that initially. Oh man! So I did a video about it, talking about it and my concerns. Like, damn, the docking station does nothing for it. So because that was what I was under the impression of, and this was confirmed by Nintendo rep. But I asked my pal. He said no, it's just a stand, or basically, a switch, not a switch, like an HDMI, switch or whatever. You put it onto your television. That's it. But even with that, what I'm talking about, as far as the gimmick thing, and people give Nintendo, I think, way too much credit to my being innovative. Put your innovation into your game. Stop with put your image, your how you say, your shit into a peripheral or a gadget. Put your shit into the game. Stop making your shit about a gimmick or another piece of plastic. Put all your inside the game. You know what I mean? That's all, and I think they will do far much better. But so I was again a little let down because again I was going to buy this thing. You know what I mean? Honestly, I was going to buy it. So all right, so fast forward now. So Emily Rogers, we all know who she is. She's been dead spot on about all the rumored leaks and stuff that's been coming out this far. Basically all we could say is given Nintendo's track record with their last two consoles, you can see why someone may be worried, such as myself. Nintendo didn't start this gimmick stuff, until the Wii and then the Wii U, and now again with the Nintendo Switch. Now also, if you go back to the reveal or trailer, you have the quote unquote the Wii or the Nintendo Switch Pro controller, whatever they need. There's no headphone jack in that controller. So that questions again when it comes as far as voice jack. There's no headphone jack into that controller. So again, it's like Nintendo hasn't been listening to anything that their fans or what gamers want. Gamers want to play online. They want to talk. All this stuff right here. See, another issue that I have with is that those two little small click-on controllers, that's the main controller. And all the games will be made to utilize that. Anything after that is a afterthought. You know what I mean? And that in itself is a problem. If you wanted to do a tablet, fine. I have a problem with that. But put the quote-unquote, do the tablet, leave the actual buttons, whatever they the 4 buttons, whatever, on them. Don't make them click off. You know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying? Like, people want a quote-unquote pro controller. One of the knocks against the Wii U was the big tablet controller was clunky, and, a lot of people didn't like it. You know what I mean? So they're going with this whole tablet thing again. They say, hey, man, first you don't succeed, try again. So, again, Emily Rogers says here, innovation, says that the Nintendo Switch has 4 gigabytes of RAM and 32 gigabytes of internal storage. Now, we all, and I said this before now, and I said, it is what it is. We also, there's long line of developers, third-party developers that was all on board, quote unquote, the Switch. And I said to you guys then, I said, you know what? The Wii had great third-party support, but it didn't get the same games that the PS3 and the 360 got as far as third-party games. They may have got a Call of Duty, but you understand what I'm saying? It wasn't the same damn Call of Duty. I said, because, if rumors are correct, which there is what it is, they're going to use 128 gigabytes and, far as internal storage, but far as, memory cards or whatever. Packs, like, most games now, they have upgrade, they have deals. You have some DLC that is 40 gigs. You understand what I'm saying? So where the hell does this leave this Nintendo Switch? It's going to be out there again with no third-party support, none of the big blockbuster games all over again. And it's like, if this console here fails for Nintendo, this is it. People feel like they were burnt by the Wii. People felt they were skunked by the Wii U. And if this here is another, it is another gimmick, Nintendo, instead of they looking to get that Wii audience back, that casual, they have moved on. You know what I mean? They either moved on to the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox One. You know what I mean? Innovation. It's like, again, they're looking to put the innovation in these gadgets and these peripherals instead of just putting that shit into the game. They were far much better. They put the innovation into the game and stop worrying about these knockoff gimmicks and Wii Sports 2 controllers and like that's not even realistic. Who the fuck's going to out in the airport with 2? Like, come on, man. But again, shall I digress? So anyway, 4 gigabytes of RAM. So it says here, Nintendo's upcoming new platform, the Nintendo Switch, will have 4 gigabytes of RAM and internal storage capacity of 32 gigabytes, or according to a well-known insider. The info comes from Nintendo Insider Emily. How the hell could you be a Nintendo Insider? Ew. Info comes from Nintendo Insider Emily Rogers, who's been quite accurate when it comes to the recent Nintendo Switch, previously dubbed the Nintendo NX leaks. For instance, Rogers claimed the NX will spar a 6.2720p multi-touch display, something that Eurogamer reported recently as well. Let's scroll down. It says, all right, I have some good news. This is from Emily Rogers here. I can confirm that the Switch has 4 gigabytes of RAM in retail units, not just the dev kits, double the Wii U's RAM. Okay. So normally when you get a dev kit, the dev kits have double the amount of RAM for errors and stuff like that. But so maybe this may be a last suggestion by Nintendo. You know what's double the RAM. But anyway, check it out. So this guy named here, Akira GR, said, good news, 4 gigabytes of RAM. How's this good news? It's good news because some people thought that the RAM in the final units will be half of the dev kits. Another guy said, I really wouldn't recall that good news. 6 to 8 would have been even better, especially if OS uses 1 gigabyte as well, at least just 3 gigabytes per game. So say this is a gig and a half or a gig for the OS. Well, it's a portable device, and Nintendo doesn't want the Switch to be overly expensive. Now, first of all, RAM is expensive. RAM is fucking dirt cheap. And they're trying to keep the cost down. Shit, you can get an Xbox One, $279, and that has 8 gigabytes of RAM and 8 gigabytes of flash and 32 megabytes of fucking ESRAM. So I don't see Nintendo's angle here. You know what I mean? Now, again, I want to be clear of this. We're talking about maybe, say, 2.5 to 3 gigabytes for games. Just say 2.5, right? Just say 2.5 for games. And this was developers are supposed to put everything over from the mind you, it's a totally different architecture. They're using the Tegra processor. You know what I mean? Games are made on x86, PC, Xbox One, PlayStation 4. Totally different architecture. You know what I mean? Has less powerful compute power than the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, and also less RAM. Like, this is bananas. Like, Nintendo has done this shit again. Like, this is bananas, man. I don't understand it. It's like they constantly want to get their teeth kicked in. You know what I mean? Like, they want to keep getting their teeth kicked in. What the hell are you guys in here? I'm looking in the comments section now. I was reading the article. You're forgetting one thing. The handheld division and console division each produce games that's twice the amount. Hey, Slim, a.k.a. Afro King, my man. Let me say this to you. First of all due respect, thank you for rocking out with me today. I appreciate it. You have to understand this, my man. You know, you can't have a platform out there with just your own exclusives. You just seen what happened with the Wii U, right? How great even Nintendo guys say the Wii U exclusives are. You see why third party is very important. You have to have the big games like the Destinies. You have to have the Divisions. You have to have you have to have that. That's a must. You know what I mean? Because again, you get exclusives every 4 to 5 months, 3 months if you're lucky. You get multiplats every Tuesday. So you know what I mean? Again, you just left a generation. This should be Nintendo's 3rd generation in a row with some anemic, underpowered dog shit hardware. Like, this is bananas. You know, like and again, like, and they're like, I want to say for those of what optimization, they could still make the game. And Nintendo could probably, but what about the other fucking games? You know what I mean? Nintendo probably could whoop a Houdini with it, but what about the other games? You understand? What about the Mafia 3s, the Red Dead Redemptions? You see, what about the Skyrims, the people that like that, the Fallouts? You know what I mean? Like, this is bananas. You know what I mean? Why buy a trash when the King Pro is coming? They talking about some other shit here. Just stop Nintendo. What's it say? Louis Tiger put, just stop Nintendo. This is just a Super Game Boy in 2016 with 2012 tech. Hey, CDW, you might be right, man. You may be right, man, but it's crazy as hell. I don't understand it. How they just not listen to the gamer and to their fans, or what, how, or just so blind to what's going on in the industry and what people want. And they all about, when Nintendo's all about innovation, fine, which is cool. Put your innovation into your game, not into a gimmick, not into a peripheral. If they would do that, I wouldn't have a problem. You want to make your games above and beyond, go ahead. More power to you. But don't, when you start to worry about putting your into a fucking gimmick, that's when the disconnect comes. You know what I mean? Just put your innovation into the games. You know what I mean? Do that, and everything else will, and then everything else will, fall into place. Well, you start working about detachable controllers and motion. Like, come on, man. We have so far moved past that shit. There was crazy. That's why let's say that Nintendo needs new blood, because they don't have a clue to what the fuck is going on. You have this, again, the Pro controller or the NX Switch controller, the regular one, it looks like the Xbox One controller, that one. I said, if I was to get this, as far as me walking around, that's not my thing. I would leave it docked into the thing, and I will play on the Pro controller and then play my, 2Ks or my Maddens, whatever. Fine. But the goddamn controller doesn't even have a headset jack. So you tell me this whole thing again with no fucking voice chat? Like, come on with this shit here. Like, this is bananas, man. Like I said this before, Nintendo would do much better. We're coming off and saying this is the successor to the 3DS. Mind you, this console is coming out in 2017. It's not on par with consoles that came out in 2013. If they want to go this route, Wayne Gardner said, if you're going to have low specs, you will need third-party support. You can't have low-party. Yeah. Zaya, I understand you. Let me hold this guy here. Let me read this here because he's here. Shout out to you. First of all, before I even read your comment, Vendetta Project X, first of all, thank you for joining me live here today, all right? But, okay, so let's get here now. Zaya, I understand your problem with Nintendo, but, man, wait and see when it's out. Brother, I don't have to wait and see. Did you not listen to anything I just told you just now, brother? Just to tell you, I know somebody that works at a very, very formidable fucking third party. You listen to nothing that I told you, man. Nothing. I don't have to wait till it's out. You don't have to wait till it's out. You know what I mean? Like sometimes just giving Nintendo's track record. Okay? But Nintendo, but man, wait and see when it comes out. You're right that then when you're right, then okay, but I think you are wrong with the power. It makes no sense to Epic Games on board. Listen, bro, listen. Epic Games. First of all, what the goddamn game is Epic making? As far as the Unreal Engine 3 or 4, that's not even a big thing because you have Unreal Engine 4 on the iPhone. So Unreal Engine 3 on the iPhone. You had Unreal Engine 3 on the iPhone when it wasn't on the Wii. So that in itself is not saying anything. That that doesn't that's not saying anything, my man. You know what I mean? Just because a graphics, bro, that's not saying anything. You know what I mean? As far as that, but let me ask you a question, Vendetta Project X, and again, no disrespect to you. Aren't you tired of getting this weak ass hardware? I don't understand what why you just you guys or whatever. Like I don't understand. Listen, I'm an Xbox dude. You heard me, more than numerous occasions voice my concerns with as far as Microsoft. Like you don't never sacrifice the specs of your console for a peripheral, and which they did for the Kinect to keep quote unquote costs down. Now, there's rumors that that Nintendo was trying to keep the cost down. That's the only reason why they're going with 4 gigabytes of RAM. Just think about that in today's grand scheme of things. 4 gigabytes of RAM. You have the Xbox One and the PS4 struggling with games, at whether it be 1080p or whatever the case, with fucking 5.5 gigabytes of RAM. Sorry, 5.5 gigabytes of RAM allocated for gaming, and they're struggling. So Nintendo with 4 gigabytes, you say a gig and a half. You're gonna play nice. We're gonna say a gig and a half, or maybe even 2 for the OS. So what the hell are they gonna do with 2 gigabytes of RAM, or 2.5 gigabytes of RAM? Like, come on, brother. Like, you know, I mean, someone what you say, if it quacks like a duck, it's a duck. You know, and this is not no Nintendo hate. You know, I have no reason to hate on the NX. I have no reason to hate Nintendo. Only reason you hate on something is when you can't afford something, and I can afford a Switch. Trust me, I have no reason to hate, no reason whatsoever. So that's not hate. You know what I mean? I'm just saying at the end of the day, you know, yeah. Well, again, if you like them, fine. But there, you have other listen, Vendetta. Take you out of the equation. You like the Wadios and the Toad games. That's your God-given right as an American, whatever the hell you come from. Fine, I get it. But you have gamers such as myself who feels though I've grown up with Nintendo, but Nintendo hasn't grown up with me. Their games don't interest me whatsoever. But I would like to see some mature third-party or second-party games on that platform with some decent graphics. I don't, and again, I'm not, and I always say that it's exclusives that give a console its identity. You can still do the Wario shit in the corner, but you have to offer everything else that your competitors is doing. You know what I mean? Even my man D said, even if it's 500 megabytes, whatever for the gig, we talking about 3 gigs around. I say a gig, but that's even 3 fucking gigs, especially using Android. If they're gonna use whatever they're gonna use, you know what I mean? Look, and again, they're struggling with what they have right now. And a friend, like I said, they have no reason to lie to me. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, what do you want? What do you want, champion? What? Talk. So what do you want?
She doodles.
They're in the bag on the table. Yeah. So take your shoes off first. Yeah. So they have no reason to lie to me. And you know what I mean? And he told me, listen, when Nintendo, let me tell you something. If you guys understand what I'm saying, to even say it's on par with the Xbox One, which I was told it wasn't. But even to say that you can show those games in the commercial. Those games you can show in the commercial. Everything that Nintendo showed in that commercial wasn't running on the Switch, and wasn't even indicative of what you were going to get in the fight. And that right there, that doesn't throw up red flags. I don't know what the hell. You know what I mean? I don't listen. And again, I have no reason to hate on Nintendo. You hate on something or jealous of something when you can't afford to buy something. So this is not coming from a place of hate. This is coming from a place of concern, because if Nintendo goes out that bitch and drop another deuce, a number 2, some more shit, that's it. People already are very unforgiving. You know what I mean? Their name is going to become like Sega. You know what I mean? Mr. Free to Be, what's good? Oh nah, Mr. Free to Be, I can't get down with that shit. First, I'm not into handheld gaming. That's not my thing. And I'm not, you know what I mean? I don't. If I've been listening, I play this, and the reason why I do have a problem, I've been accustomed to a certain level of, let's say, graphic fidelity since. Sit down, put your pants up, and tie your shoes. I've been since 2013. If I feel like I got to take a step back, what I've been looking at since 2013, it's a problem. And if you guys don't understand that, I don't know what the hell. But it's Nintendo. You guys treat Nintendo like there's some fucking starving indie. This is $1 billion company. Stop it with the gimmicks. If you want to make your games innovative and all this shit right here, put that shit into the game, not into these motion widow controllers and all that shit there. No one asked for that shit. No one asked for that. People just wanted traditional consoles. Okay, you can still do your Mario. You can still do your Princess Peach and your Toad. You can do that on a traditional console. Okay, so you can't tell me like this game is going to get. You got D bullshit. Ain't that much compression in the world when you have DLC that's 40 fucking gigs, and you telling me that the internal storage of this goddamn thing is 32 gigabytes? Then on top of that, I can only use 128 gigabytes external memory. Like, come on, like ain't that much fucking compression in the world? Come on, like, come on. So then again, what about DLC? What about patches? There's a lot of shit to go along with. So again, they're still not addressing the online gaming and all this stuff. Like, come on, man. Like, listen, I can't do that. Yeah, you know, I can't, man. I can't. I can't, man. I'm sorry. I can't. You know what I mean? What's it here? If the Switch failed, how long until Nintendo is on Xbox Live and PS Plus? I don't know. But listen, here's the thing. It may. Now here's the thing, because people are thinking about pricing, and people like to talk about this handheld market. You know what I mean? Those customers on the 3DS and stuff. Some of the software sells well, but compared to consoles, it's not nowhere close. Okay, the 3DS didn't start selling till it went under $200. But when the console was $250, people didn't want to touch it. It didn't sell. It's when it came in under $250 that sales begin to look up, or whatever the case may be. And so, like I said, you have a lot of pieces of plastic to go along with this Switch. A lot. You got the dock, you got the head. I mean, it's a lot of shit. You're paying for shit that I didn't ask for. You know what I mean? All Nintendo had to do was put out a traditional console. That's it. If you still want it, and I'm not telling them to change their art direction. If you guys like it, fine. But you have to cover your bases. Not everyone can afford. I'll put it to you like this. Not everyone can afford to have multiple consoles, right? Hear me out. So if you're down to your last $400 to $500 and you can only have one console, well, I'm gonna get the Nintendo, I'm gonna get the Xbox, I'm gonna get the PlayStation. Whether you go Xbox, whether you go PlayStation, you're covered. You're gonna get your exclusives, and you're only gonna get your third-party games. Fine. But Nintendo, not so much. You know what I mean? Not so much. So all they had to do is put out a traditional console, on par. Now, mind you, this is coming out in 2017, so this should be on par with the PS4 Pro, at a minimum. At a minimum, this shit should be on par with the PS4 Pro, right? And Nintendo saying this is their new home console. Okay, you guys keep forgetting about this. I hate to see these when they do these Digital Foundry, side by side comparisons. If Nintendo does get the game, it's gonna get this fucking stomped under the fucking table. But so this is their home console released in 2017, and it's not on par with the PS4 Pro. It's not on par with the PS4 vanilla that came out in 2013. And that in itself, you don't think is a problem, is crazy, man. It's okay. You want to do fine. Well, I already got the Xbox and the PlayStation. But okay, here's the thing, because this is a bunch of bullshit from a bunch of fucking weirdos. The Xbox and the PlayStation are totally fucking different consoles. When I hop on my PlayStation, it don't feel like my Xbox. My Xbox, I'm used to multitasking, snapping, and this, that, the other. They're totally fucking different. Only thing the Xbox and the PlayStation have in common are the fucking multiplats. Even their features are different. I can live stream from my PS4 straight to YouTube. I can't do that on my Xbox One. So only thing the Xbox and the PlayStation have in common are multiplats. Everything else is totally fucking different. Totally fucking different. You know what I mean? So Nintendo had to put out a capable console. Say around 4 teraflops. And I guarantee you, if Nintendo would have put out a console, the Switch, and it had been on par with the PS4 Pro, you motherfuckers have been jumping up and telling, yeah, Nintendo finally gets it. Woo, woo, woo. None of you motherfuckers wouldn't complain. Well, it's too much like my Xbox and my PlayStation. Stop fucking lying. Vendetta Project Exit, would you wouldn't leave your multiplayer? Listen, my man. Okay, you obviously don't know me. Let me show you something. And when I show you this, maybe you will get it. Maybe you won't. I don't know. Hold on one second. Let me show you something. Even with your comment is very, very silly. Doesn't make any sense. But like I said, no, I want to show you something. Hold on. What the hell? I want to show you something. Hold on. I want to show you something. Oh, well. I can't show you something. I wanted to show you something, but I can't. I don't know what the hell. I don't know what it is. I don't know where's it at. Oh, I got it. I want to show you something. I got it. Oh shit! I just found $300, y'all. Let me show you something. I'm gonna show you something. Watch this. All right, I'm gonna cut my camera off for a second. I'm gonna show you something. Hold on, I'm gonna show you something. To go with your comment, how you don't make any sense. Well, you wouldn't buy it on the. I'm gonna show you something. Multi-platform what? My PlayStation 4. Multi-platform on PlayStation 4. You see that? I'm an Xbox dude. When I bought my Wii U, I bought Assassin's Creed 3, NBA 2K12. I bought Tekken. I bought Madden. I bought all these multi-plat games. You know what I mean? Like, you know, so that's bullshit. And no one will buy multi. No, that's not true. That's not true. Now, see, I ain't pull out no stacks. You know what I mean? I didn't pull out no stacks. You know what I mean? So if that answered your question, yeah. So that's not true. You know what I mean? But that's how you build your install base. You know, you know what I mean? If you offered everything that your competitors have and plus something else, you know what I mean? Like, that's what you don't understand. And also, to every console Nintendo comes out with, they change the goddamn controller. So look, if you look at Sony and what Microsoft they're doing, this small little upgrades along the way. Nintendo just goes so far left, like I don't understand it with them, man. I don't, you know. I really don't, man. You know. And you can't hook up an external hard drive to the shit. Yes. That and Mr. Freedom in me. He said, I get where you're coming from. What if a parent can only afford one console and it's the Switch? It's good to have third-party support so no one is left out. That person wouldn't miss out on any games. That's all that I'm saying. If you guys, you know what I mean, you gotta stop, you know, thinking about yourself. Why have this for that? What about the people that don't have that? So you're already cutting your install base in half. You understand what I'm saying? You have to cover everything that. Could you imagine how huge it would be if the Xbox didn't get a Call of Duty or the PlayStation didn't get a Call of Duty? Regardless if you can buy someone else, you know how fucking huge that would be to a letdown on that side of the fence? You cut your install base in half, but now offering the shit that your competitors do, and still do what you're doing. No one tell you to stop playing making a little Mario Part 9 or go-kart games. No one said stop that shit. You can still do what you do, but you got to offer things that your competitors have. And I don't think you like. This is what I'm saying. Like, come on, just put out a traditional. No one asked for this extra shit. Yeah, I'm going to get back to live streaming, man. You know what I mean? But you know, man, I am. Hey, but brother, listen, I just had so much shit going on personally. With my grandmother, her old evil ass in here throwing around shit in the house. You know what I mean? And there's been a lot of shit that's been going on, man. Somebody just text me. Yeah. You know what I mean? So yeah, but anyways, I was saying, it's just it comes a time where, you know, I think for those that were holding out faith or crossing your fingers thinking Nintendo will get with the times, it's sad to say I don't think they get it or they're ever going to get it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I don't. You know what I mean? I don't think they get it or they ever will going to get it. You know what I mean? So, you know, it is what it is, you know. I have exactly, Zaya. Why? Because graphics are better than on Xbox. I have an Xbox too. If you don't like Nintendo game, it would make no sense for you. Why would it make no sense for me? I mean, I don't have a problem playing a Mario game now and then, but I like multiplayer. What's wrong with me wanting to build a friends list on the Switch? So again, Vendetta Project X. You're looking at it as that I'm hating on Nintendo. I have no reason to hate on anything. I could that right there. When the people say stuff like that, this comes off kind of strange to me. You only hate on something or you're jealous of something when you can't afford something. So that again, this is me, bro. When I tell you that Nintendo was what got me into gaming, it wasn't the Atari, it wasn't the ColecoVision. Okay, I'm looking for when Nintendo was when I came into gaming to what they are now, and they're fucking forming a shell of themselves. Nintendo had all the third-party support. Some of their best games, again, wasn't made by Nintendo. Double Dragon, Double Dribble, Contra, Castlevania, Mega Man, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Simpsons. I can go on and on and on and on and on. You know what I mean? Super Street Fighter 2. Come on now, give it to me. You know, I can go on and on and on and on. You know what I mean? Like, but you appealing to this niche crowd, which you are considered a niche customer. You know what I mean? It's not going to make this console. You know, you know. You said all day, but niggas got to use Skype to talk to each other on the Switch. You know, it's not going to make this thing to be a huge smash and success, man. You know, and again, I understand there are a lot of third party supposedly on board with that, but we heard that before with the Wii U, but it's not going to get the same multiplats as the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. They're going to be the GIMP version all over again. They're not going to get the Witcher 4. They're not going to get the new Division. They're not going to get any of those games, okay? Because when it becomes, here's the problem when cost effective. When the developers have to go out of their way and make a game, multi-plat games are already expensive as hell. You know what I mean? That's why you don't see too many exclusives no more from third party. They're already expensive as hell. So to make their money back, they want to put their software on as many platforms as possible. But when they have to go out of their way, something using a totally different architecture, 32 gigabytes of internal memory, like this shit crazy as hell, bro. And if you don't see what I'm saying right here, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, fine. I don't have to. Let me tell you, brother, here I'll give it to you like this. And I'm not trying to put you, Johnny, on the spot. When you have to have a set of demands for me to spend my money with Nintendo, I'm not asking to play God of War on the fucking Switch. I'm not asking for that. I'm not asking for anything above normal. I'm just asking for the basic shit. Voice chat mandatory, friendless, achievements, you know what I mean? An up-to-date fucking console, as far as specs-wise, you know what I mean? Or as far as performance. When you have to have a set of demands for you to spend money with a platform, that in itself is spooky as hell to me, man. You know what I mean? I gotta have a list of demands for me to get my money, Nintendo. Like, come on. Bitch, you make my ex want to make me try to believe Bell I never need another console again. Oh man. But anyway, like I said, man, Joe Balls put Nintendo X is appealing as Hillary Clinton and vagina ad. What the fuck? That joke is here is bugging, man. Gemini 35. Nintendo is for the young kids starting for gaming. Okay, all right. Gemini, first of all, Gemini 3506. Shout out to you. Thank you for rocking out with me live today. A shameless plug, man. If you haven't checked out the Xbox Beast Fire yesterday, funny as hell show, and I dropped a few other videos before that. But Gemini, let me read what you comment. Gemini said Nintendo is for the young kids starting for gaming. That's why Nintendo never grew up with us. There's got to be a PB version of gaming, Z. Check it out. I'm gonna give you a prime example. Gemini, look at it like this. I'm gonna give you from my point of view. My son's first console was a GameCube, right? I bought him the GameCube in maybe 03 or whatever the hell. You know, whatever. I forgot how old he was in 03, whatever. But by the time 05 or 3 years later or so came around, he wanted to play online. He wanted to play Call of Duty. It's not children, believe it or not, that makes this industry grow. No, it's adults. It's us gamers here that are adults that were gaming when we were kids. You know what I mean? Kids get games for their birthdays and for Christmas, and adults that go out and buy games all year long. You know what I mean? So you fine. I understand what you're saying as far as the younger children, and you can still make those type of games. You can buy those kiddie games on the Xbox One and the PlayStation. Skylanders and X. We can do all those games right there. My daughter got her first. What the hell was that damn game? Disney Infinity, whatever. Infinity 3.0, some shit that she got for Christmas. So which is cool. And Microsoft and Sony gets that. You can have that for those children, but you also again can ask that child that begins to get older, get more mature, go to school, play online, and talk. Hey, we can do that here too. And Nintendo doesn't get that. Prime example, Maya. She's young. Maya, she's 5 years old. She plays her game and gets her gaming fix. She plays her Peggle on the Xbox upstairs, and on her tablet or her cell phone. Maya has own little cell phone, iPhone. Who she's calling, I don't know, but she has her own little cell phone. But you know what I mean? She gets those free games, 99 cents, or they're free. You know what I mean? what's that shit? The Dominions and shit like that. You know what I mean? So there's even a big, large consumer that Nintendo's going to miss out on. You know what I mean? Believe it or not. That's what I'm saying. But you know, and even what you're saying, Nintendo for the young kids starting up. But I don't. Last time I checked, I don't have any young kids here in my comment section. We're all adults. You know what I mean? So that in itself is spooky, man. Yeah. So the Vendetta Project X. So Nintendo's only chance is to get third parties and make great part for the games for people to have to change their minds too. That yes, it would be a start in the right direction and what Nintendo's policies. Another reason too, Nintendo was lagging far behind everyone else, is because you don't see their games. You know what we're doing right now is the #1 place as far as video game media news in YouTube. It's far out swipe IGNs and the Kotakus that's why you see all those sites like the Kotakus and the IGN where they at. They're all on YouTube now. And you don't really see their games or the information because Nintendo don't allow their games and stuff to be shared here. You know what I mean? It's another thing, you know, some of the biggest YouTubers like the Angry Joe, Nintendo, and which have, let me tell you this, I am a very, very small potato in the stew of Xbox, in the stew of YouTubers here, right? Very, very small brand, very, very small. But I get 100 comments a day on Xbox. Oh, thanks to you, next gen, I got this and that. Could you imagine the what they may get, the Angry Joes and the Boogies? Oh, you know, or their recommendation to get a game. Nintendo mixes out on all that shit there too. You know what I mean? You know, said the power would help, but people have been to change. We did retype your comment. He said the power would help, but have been to change too. I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know if you missed the word. My man Vendetta, my man, excuse me, so they had me sold when I thought he was looking at 2K. Nah, I wasn't sold. When I see him turn that low ass Noonchuck sideways, I knew that wasn't 2K. I didn't know what the hell that was. You know what I mean? I don't know what that was, man. You know, not when I was looking at. Yeah, I can't rock out. This is not a console unless it's the Wii 2.0. Yeah, but it is what it is, man. Megatron, what's good, boy? You know what I mean, Lewis? Yeah, but people then have to move to Nintendo and leave Scorpio, and they wouldn't do it because they are focused on their platform. Hey, bro, listen again. It comes down to the people that are maybe such as myself who got Nintendo will always hold a special place in my because Nintendo was got me into gaming. Listen, trust me, I take no pleasure in seeing this Nintendo. Nintendo reminds me of somebody's grandmother that once was a firecracker back in the day, and then they got Alzheimer's at the cookout. This is what Nintendo has turned into. Like, I don't get it. They're still trying to catch this 100 million Wii sold casual gamer. That casual gamer has far moved on. They're done. You couldn't get them back with the Wii U. They didn't moved on to the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. So that in itself, Lord, I switch it around. I'm gonna say this, fuck it the hell out of here. The console generation, the games with generation, will be in a much better place if we have the three big guys, Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony, out there duking it out and lobbying for our dollars instead of just Microsoft and Sony, and no one considers Nintendo. And that in itself, you don't see if that was the problem with Nintendo. You understand what I'm saying? No one even considers Nintendo, brings them up in the conversation. It's either Xbox or either PlayStation. You know what I mean? It didn't used to be like that, bro. So it's like Nintendo have done this shit to themselves with their policy refusing to reform with time. I have a saying. Check it out. When I was in jail, I wrote a poem, right? Check it out, right? Yeah, when I was young, I was in jail. I was bad. I was a bad man in my R. Kelly voice, right? And one of my hobbies, I would write every day. Write stories, write poems, write everything. Your boy has a lot of talent. So you got three type of niggas anymore. Excuse my French. And what I mean by niggas, I'm not talking about race, creed, or color. I mean race, your racial, your color. Your nigga could be anybody. Just an ignorant person. You got three type of niggas. One from you got niggas that die before their time. You got niggas that die because they out of time, and you got niggas that die because of time. They're not willing to change with time. And Nintendo reminds me of that third nigga that's dying because of time, not willing to change with time. If you don't change the control and come up with something new, you're gonna be what you have, what you see right there, which is Nintendo. You have to evolve and grow with the industry. You can't just say, no, no, we don't want to do that. We're going to stay over here. Because when you do that, you alienate yourself and you make your install base get smaller, 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 and smaller. So all that said, we got Microsoft, we got Xbox for that, or play Sony for that. You guys don't get it. This is not how business works. You know what I mean? Yes, the Wii was successful. The Wii was because the Wii appealed to non-gamers. That whole motion. My grandmother has 2 Wii's, but she's not a gamer. So even though it sold 100 million units, it wasn't bought by 100 million gamers. Not even casuals. It was bought by non-gamers. And again, it is a business. But that was the gift and the curse because then since then, Nintendo's forever trying to catch that lightning in the bottle again. The last Nintendo console that I thoroughly enjoyed was the GameCube. Why? Because it was a console. You know what I mean? The control's a little weird, but other than that, it was a console. And don't get me wrong, the Xbox got its ass kicked too, that generation by the PlayStation. But PlayStation came out a year before, was the cheapest DVD player. And all these third-party games that we're talking about right now that are multi-plats, they were exclusive on the PlayStation back then. And they did come to a rival platform was a year and a half later, okay? So it was a lot of factors why the PlayStation was very, very successful in the 6th generation, you know what I mean? And then you go on to the 7th generation, or it's online gaming, which is huge. Nintendo said, you know, that people think that online gaming is not important. Like, come on, you look at a game like Mario, 2 players, right? Any game with local 2 players should have 2-player online, multiplayer. The days of people going over people, I know the last time I had somebody in my house to play a video game, that shit in itself sound crazy as hell, man. Like, come on, bro. Like, this ain't 88. Like, Nintendo got, again, they done this shit to themselves, man. You know, but it is what it is, man. You know, but anyway, this is your boy Next Gen 720. Thank you. You know what I mean? Thank you for rocking out with me. Aussie Game, what's going on, boy? Nintendo switch to Xbox. Red Leaf Boomer put Nintendo switch to Xbox. You jokers is crazy, man. Shout out to Lewis Tigers, Titanfall Princess. We got here Invader Gaming, Aussie Gamer, Chris Jones, HP North, Vendetta, Wasted in America. Who else we got here? Eric Williamson. Eric Williamson said the word of business 101, the word of mouth is the best selling tool. You're right about that. Gemini 3506. You guys are getting down. You are Ruz Levitation. Scorpio E is the Dreamcast successor. Okay, vote for me, please. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. All right. Anybody else in here? Joe Balls. Yeah, shout out to you. Anybody else? Anybody else? Mr. 3511 man. Mr. Hey, hey, bro, you gotta hit me up on my Jack or Twitter. I ain't got Skype no. I forgot my password to Skype, so you been hitting me on Skype. I ain't been seeing that shit. Braxton Gaming. What is Nintendo thinking? I don't know, man. I don't know what Nintendo's thinking, man. Rice Dragon Pandas. PS4 is still the best. Jason Elliott. Yes, I make a great cup of coffee. We're gonna have some fun here, man. I'm gonna bring my Twitch channel back in. I'm gonna bring that back into what you call it, man. Get that back up and pumping. Probably for the launch of the PS4 Pro. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're gonna have an ultimate unboxing. We're gonna have an ultimate unboxing. We're gonna have an ultimate unboxing. I got so much shit. I got more game shit over there too. I got a lot of shit in here, man. I want to get my shit out. I mean, I had to. Why it looks like a mess in there. Had the floors redone over, and had to take shit out, bring shit back in. That's why I haven't really been playing my game or anything. Shit was all disconnected. This week, you know. But it is what it is. I'm not shitting on it, bro. Hey, Nick just said, "Will you drop PS Pro videos?" Listen, a NFZKZ. Listen, I'm not. I want to say this right here. Okay, a lot of you guys. I want to say this. I don't. The reason why the character of Next Gen 720 is as far as this, you know, of the YouTube, but the reason why it exists with, so pro Microsoft and, because there was no Xbox representation out there. Just being real that I've seen. There was none. And Chip was getting a fair shake in the media. Hey, Real Gamer was 27. What's going on, Real Gamer 27? Value from Xbox One was party with playing with you again. What's good, bro? But hey, Mr. Freely with me. I'm gonna see if I can get back. I want to holler at you, bro. If you're reaching out to me on Skype, I forgot my password to Skype. That's why if you sent me a message, I didn't see it. I ain't heard from your ass in a minute. But anyway, I'm sorry. Invader Gaming, what's going on, bro? Godman Super. Hey man, listen. On some real shit, Godman Super is a funny dude, man. I don't know why that dude should be have like a 5 billion subscribers, man. He's funny as hell. You know what I mean? That's the one that called me Next Gen 480i. Funny dude. But yeah, Real Gamer 27, man. I just did a video, man. I'll see that you here in the comment section. Yeah, they tended to drop the data, went out that bitch and dropped a deuce again, man. They got some more underpowered dog shit hardware. 4 gigabytes of RAM. Just say if a gig of that for the OS, 3 gigabytes of RAM. This motherfucker extremely anemic, man. Again. But it is what it is. But yeah, as I was saying, yeah, I don't hate PlayStation, man, by any means. Like, I don't get me wrong, I don't like a lot of shit that Sony does. Like, they have very horrible customer support. I think the online's kind of shitty. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, you know what I mean? Yeah, but I'm gonna do an unboxing here. Let you guys get my honest opinion. I'm a gamer. Like I said, God of War is probably my favorite game. I don't believe it. Like I'm not like that's what you call some fanboy shit. Weirdo shit, refuse to buy a viable platform because they think it's going to help the other company out, or they're going to deny themselves a play. I'm a gamer, and if I like it, I'm going to play it. You know what I mean? You said I've been playing my games and listening. Yeah, man. What are your thoughts? I'm trying to get on one of your podcasts, Violet TV. Hit me up on Twitter all day. But what's good, bro? My man, my bro. Pray for your life. What's going on, good brother? Hey, what's up all day? You need to hop on Beast Fire A Monday with us all day. That was a dope show yesterday. Had a great show on Xbox Beast Fire, man. Lots of people getting into pro. I don't know if a lot of people are getting it. I don't know. I hope so. I mean, whatever. I know that Scorpio comes out next year is going to be a beast. You know what I mean? It's going to be a beast. Yeah, but I want before I get the hell out of it. Vendetta Project X. I don't know, like, what you're waiting on, or what. Like I said, like, when the writing's on the wall, bro. You know what I mean? It's not. I don't know, bro. It's using the Tegra 1, so that we do know. So custom, which can be slightly a little tweaked up to tweaked down. You know what I mean? So, and again, even in that they're using, even if you said it has 16, close to 1 teraflop or whatever. Is what was told to me is using 16-bit float process. You know what I mean? Games are made in 32-bit. Some are even going on in 64-bit. You know what I mean? So you can't even really compare the teraflop to that of the Xbox One to the PS4. 2 different type of architectures. You know what I mean? But if I look like this, if the Xbox One, whatever, that's $300, right? That's small. Whatever, you know what I mean? And you mentioned having the power of that inside a handheld. You know how costly that would be. You understand what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. Can I stream Mortal Kombat? Yeah, I could. Yeah, I could. Yeah, I'm the truth in fucking Mortal Kombat, man. I kick ass in Mortal Kombat. Word up. Only like 2 more matches. I'll beat the dog shit out. I might play some Mortal Kombat tonight. Yeah, why not? Fuck it. Let's make it happen, man. But anyway, yeah, I'm out of here, man. I'm about to go rescue Princess Peach, man, and let that bitch sit on my face. Princess Peach got a fat ass. That bitch got a donkey. Mario, bitch got a donkey. Mario, bitch got a donkey. Mario, bitch got a donkey. Bitch got a donkey. Mario, bitch got a donkey. Mario. Bitch got a donkey. Mario, bitch got a donkey. I'm out of here. Going. Nintendo Switch specs. But bitch got a donkey. Mario.